Hey YouTube, I was going to do a video on sequestration and how it may present a buying opportunity for silver. Well, the silver market has spoken loud and clear, and the buying opportunity is there if you want to pull the trigger. One good thing about the Chris Duane series, whether you like it or not, I personally do like it, is that they're using a bit of an on-time delivery model for their silver. You place your order and it seems like then they're going out and securing blanks, right? So that they don't, get caught up in the day-to-day price movements of silver. And the reason that that's actually might be a good thing is they're not sitting on a ton of inventory, so they're actually not charging big premiums on these price moves down. Right, a lot of places will actually start having their premiums creep up, including local coin shops, and that's actually not the case with the Silver Bullet Silver Shield round. So I'm getting a really itchy trigger finger on a roll of Freedom Girls. I have 11 of them coming. One is for my daughter for Easter, but I might pull the trigger on another roll. I didn't really have any dry powder available, but I don't know. This seems like a good price for me to make a purchase. It could certainly go lower. There's no question about it. But let's go ahead and trudge forward with the sequestration video anyway, because you know what? It still could create another buying opportunity, right? You're going to be hearing a lot about sequestration in the next 9 days, as the March 1st deadline is quickly approaching. Congress needs to come to an agreement on the debt ceiling. Otherwise, the draconian cuts that they put in place will occur. This is worthy of discussion because all risk assets could be affected if the market holds its breath and stomps its feet waiting for a resolution. I was going to tell you that there may be a nice buying opportunity because of this, but like I said, it seems like it's here now. So silver is an interesting play, and it always kind of has been to me, because it's always been considered a precious metal, but as its industrial uses have been increasing, it's really tied to the economy too. Right? If the economy is doing poorly, industrial usage goes down and the price of silver will go down. But we've also always seen it as a safe haven investment, right? If there's a scare in the world or if things seem risky, people flood into gold and silver. That really hasn't been the case so much. During the risk-off trades, people have been flooding into treasuries, right? Strengthening the dollar, which hurts precious metals. So it's just been an interesting market to watch. There's no question about it. We all think that at some point that will decouple and silver will again enjoy safe haven status as things get scary in the world. But you know what? Some of these could be deflationary too, and that would hurt the price of silver. That's the tug of war. That's what makes a market, right? The buy and sell side. I do want to say shame on Congress for not passing a budget since 2009. That's just shameful, and it's reckless. And you know what? Both parties are to blame. One thing that I like about having an independent viewpoint, and yes, I lean fiscal conservative, big time. Socially, I'm a little bit more liberal. But I can definitely see the fault here on both parties. It's just frustrating. It's infuriating. There's just a lot of finger pointing and pandering to the public, but little in the way of results. Can you imagine if you were this ineffective at your job? You'd be replaced. The whole notion of using a hatchet to the budget to force negotiations and then not negotiating, it's just epically stupid. The analogy that I was going to use, and I'm not even sure if it's a good one, but that would be like forcing yourself to go work out by saying that I'm going to cut off my hand if I don't, and then deciding not to work out, and then having to cut off your hand. It's stupid. It's just ridiculous. Fiscal conservatives really took it on the chin at the end of the year with the fiscal cliff negotiations. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them digging their heels on this one. Sadly, the president is working overdrive with his PR campaign, and he's doing a pretty good job of painting these guys as the bad guys. The media is in on it as well. Okay, we got to label them as the ideologues, the Tea Party. Nah, come on. These guys are fiscal conservatives, and they got elected because they're fiscal conservatives. So to get angry with them at a time of budget negotiations for being fiscally conservative is a little bit misguided, in my view. Any way you look at it, this is just a high-stakes game of chicken. The markets could get roiled. The market called the politicians on their bluff with the fiscal cliff, right? Remember how it just kept going up through the end of the year? Some of that may have been seasonal end of the year buying, but you know what? I thought we'd see a sell-off heading into the end of the year, and we didn't. We even passed the December 31st deadline, and still nothing really happened. So you know what? The market could be complacent on this one too, and it could turn out to be much ado about nothing. But if we pass the March 1st deadline and no resolution has been made, make sure that you have some dry powder at the ready, because there may be a little bit more of a buying opportunity than there is already.